Torah Membav, Likutei Moharan. Rabbeinu is telling us, Vehu sgula lezikaron, that it can help you a lot for your memory. כמו שכתוב, נפשי בכפי תמיד, to remember the Creator always, to talk to Hashem, to remember Hashem, to remind yourself of Hashem. It's something that makes a lot of good for your memory. נפשי היינו בחינת תפילה, my spirit means to prayer. כמו שכתוב, like that it's written, נפשי יצאה בדברו, that the spirit reveals itself when you speak. You don't know who you are, and you don't understand your potential, and you don't aware to your abilities and to your talents, and this is why you don't remember the purpose of your life and the meaning of your life, and this is why you go broken and sad and depressed and everything is annoying you. When you think that the purpose of your life is now to eat that warm meal, and you come and it's not ready, so it destroyed the purpose of your life. But it's only because your purpose now is to eat. If you wouldn't care about the food and you're really going to have a huge meeting that millions of dollars involved in, and you're going to come home and they're going to be the same meal and it's going to be ready on time, it's just going to hold you back. You're going to say, I'm sorry, I don't have time for that now, I have to run. Same meal, same day, same hour, everything, and it would be ready and perfect, and you can't eat it. Why? Because you have something more important in your mind now. So it's not the food, it's where your mind set. So because that a person is not praying, because that a person is not connecting himself to the soul, to the roots of his own soul, this is why he's always being frustrated and depressed and sad and insulted and broken. What? How? What they're saying? What they're doing? What's happening? It's only because you don't understand that you're so much beyond all of those nonsense. Even if worst comes to worst, nothing happened, because your goal is what? To be close to Hashem. You can be close to Hashem Yitbarach even if your apartment is in hell. Even if your house is in hell, you can be with Hashem in hell. What's the problem? You think that Hashem is not giving life to hell? Who is leading the fire? Who is turning on the heat? Who is the fire himself? Who is there? There is nothing except of the Creator. When the purpose is to succeed, and the purpose is to grow and to become Talmid Chacham, when the purpose is to learn 6 hours, 8 hours, to do 1 hour hitbodedut, if that's the purpose, so you're going to fail, for sure. Because for sure you're going to find yourself one day without knowing how to put your 1 hour hitbodedut into that day. For sure in one day you're going to find yourself stuck without understanding how you can finish Daf Yomi. And even if it's one tiny verse a day, you can find yourself in a day that you missed it, and that's it. So what then? You're going to die, you're going to be sad. You need to upgrade your purpose. The purpose is not to learn, it's the results of learning. To every purpose there is a higher purpose than that. Even if you want to serve Hashem, you need to know why you're doing that. Why am I serving Hashem? If it's to love Hashem, I can love Hashem like that, in my sofa, in my house, while eating popcorn. And I can really love Hashem Yitbarach in that situation also. It's not hard. I just need to focus on that. And people don't understand that. People think that if you're not finishing and completing and working hard and suffering the most, so you're not going to progress. And it's not true. Maybe if you look at your past, you're going to judge yourself, you're going to check, you're going to understand, yes, it's true. A lot of the suffering and the hard times that I went through, they helped me. It was very helpful. It was amazing. It really purified me and brought me closer to Hashem. But it doesn't mean that if you want to progress more, so you need to suffer. If you made a huge distance in your life walking before you had a car, and now you bought a car, so it means that now you're not supposed to drive because most of your life you were walking or driving your bicycles. Stop it, Obi. Bicycle, bicycle, Every day he wants to put another video, another movie, another music. Man, what does he want from me? So the fact that you once were progressing in a certain way, it's not obligating, not forcing you for the future to be limited and in the old structure, in the old way of old patterns, old way of developing and growth. Like we see today in technology, the things are just getting better and better, easier and easier, faster and faster. So also in spirituality, it's exactly the same. HaKadosh Baruch Hu, He is giving to us the abilities and the power to grow spiritually from inside. Not only the fact that there are many books and that books are printed and it's a lot of explanation. No, that's still physical. I'm talking spiritually. Really spiritually, you can achieve things today with short time of observation and hitbodedut and hitbodedut, looking at yourself and doing teshuvah. You can reach amazing things that once, even for you, it could take hours to solve those issues and to understand yourself. And today, if really you're going to put your mind into it, you're going to understand so much, you're going to develop and you're going to achieve big things. Like that the Rav Aaron Stern said that there are things that Rav Shalom Arush needs to bang his head to the tzion of Rabbi Yehuda Zev Lebovich if he wants to achieve those salvations. And me, if I'm just going to walk half an hour over there and just going to talk to Hashem quietly, benachat, so I'm going to achieve it. And I won't have to suffer as much as Rav Shalom needs to suffer. And it's not because I'm more righteous than him, Chas Shalom. It's even just because that, like, you have a giant and a midget that stands on his head. So he gonna see higher, not because that he's taller, just because that he's sitting on his head. Rabbi Nachman of Breslev had to go through so much until he wrote the Likutei Moharan, and you today can understand those things easily. Things that took him years to understand, you can just read it once, twice, and that's it. And you got it. And he had to cry, and he had to fast, and he had to throw himself to suffer so much, and to starve himself, and torture himself. And for you, it's not required. Like that Rav Shalom once said to me, that I told you that when one time he told me Ashrenu. So I told him, what's the connection between your Ashrenu to my Ashrenu? You were learning 10 years of your life, 12 hours every day, standing marah on your legs, without chavruta, facing the wall. You were meshamesh righteous people, helping other people, doing amazing things in your life. You were guarding your eyes. A lot of amazing, huge things you done in your life. And me, can't compare even. So he said, the things that were required for my teshuvah are not required for your teshuvah. Really, I can achieve the same things that he achieved without putting his effort. I just need to put mine. And maybe it's gonna count even more. If you see a little kid that is putting a lot of effort in learning the ABC, the Aleph Bet, grammar, and it's not like he's in university, but you see that he's putting in effort, it's gonna mean a lot for you. Why? Because that he is a little kid, first of all, and second, he's trying. And you don't need to be righteous that Hashem gonna say that you're righteous. Hashem Kudsha B'richu Rachmana Li Babai, the Creator, He wants your heart. And when He sees that your heart is honest, is straight, that you're not trying to avoid responsibility, to reject the suffering from you, just He sees the person is really dedicated. He really wants to do things. He's really loyal. He's really searching for the truth. It means so much to the Creator that God can open the heaven for us, and we need to believe in that. We need to understand the fact that the Baal Shem Tov is not live and exists in body in this generation. It doesn't mean that we cannot drink from the springs of the Baal Shem Tov. If Rabbi Nachman of Breslev passed away 200 and something years ago, it doesn't mean that we cannot connect ourselves to Rabbeinu. Rabbeinu said, if you're going to love each other, if you're going to have friendship and you're going to be united and you're going to love each other and you're going to have peace between you, you can bring me back to be with you. Who is that Mashiach that we're talking about? That Mashiach going to be one person that suddenly we're not going to pay attention. Suddenly we're going to say, hey, he was already here. He's one of us. He's walking between us, and we couldn't put our finger on him. You don't know. Yeah, it's him. Yes, it's him. He's Mashiach. And we didn't know. Suddenly he's walking between us and making moves and changing things in the world. And we just need to become worthy for those things to happen in our life. So how you gonna? You just need to work on your simplicity, just to let Hashem into your life, into our lives. The way to do it is not to try to change our lives. If you try to change your life, so it means that something is wrong with your life. So there's no place for Hashem. Only when you accept the leadership, the kingship of Hashem Yitbarach, and then it's written something so amazing in Likutei Halachot, one of the highest things that are written in Likutei Halachot. Rabbi Natan of Breslev is writing in Likutei Halachot that all of the creation, Chai, Tzomeach, Domem, and Medaber, that all of the parts of the creation, the physical and the plants and the animals and people that can talk, all of them are responding to you, acting to you, corresponding to how that you accept on yourself yoke of heaven. That all of the world is behaving to you is like a flashback, reflection, like a reflection of how that you accept on yourself yoke of heaven. Means if you with Hashem Yitbarach, the world just gonna help you. And if you're refusing and you're struggling and you're not accepting on yourself the way that Hashem leads you, in that moment, you start having obstacles, you start having problems in life. And me myself, I know, and I'm fighting on that. I'm never telling someone to accept on himself his problems. I'm saying to myself to accept my own problems. I'm saying to you that when you are confronting yourself, you need to try to accept for yourself what that you're going through. But I'm not accepting what that you're going through. This is something very important that we all need to understand. We're not allowed to accept the sorrow and the suffering of our friends. That's not the way. We cannot say, no, it's all for the good, that so many people are dying, that so many people are suffering, that so many people are going through hell. That's not all for the best, all for the good. That's not good at all. That's a disaster. This is something that we need to change. This is something that we need to fight for. This is something that we need to convince Hashem Yitbarach to change. This is not something that we're accepting. What that we're supposed to accept is what that we're going through in our own private lives. If other people are suffering, we cannot accept that. We need to fight for them. We need to be kind. We need to be merciful. We need to care. We need to pray for them. We need to try to do as much as we can to save the souls and to give charity and to help people to live. Today I heard a class in the morning, and the person was saying over there that charity is a very important thing, and that everyone needs to understand how charity is a very important, huge thing, that it can save life and can help people to live and to succeed and to grow, and how important it is for you to give charity. And I wanted to say to that rabbi that was talking, can I add one line? I wanted to tell him, can I say one thing with you? I didn't want it to disturb him, so I didn't, but I wanted to tell him, to tell his audience, his students, you need to put your hands in the pocket and to take out the money. That's charity. Charity is not how beautiful it is. Charity is in the end of the process that the poor person will go and gonna buy for himself something, falafel or a house. It depends on how much you can give. But that you're gonna take out the money out of your pocket and really gonna hand it to someone else, that's tzedakah. Not the concept of tzedakah. One student of mine, when he visited Eretz Israel, he said, I'm talking about Eretz Israel all of the time, I'm talking about Jerusalem all of the time, and I now, only after being here for 2 weeks, I can tell you that actually Jerusalem and Israel for me was only a concept in Kabbalah, a spiritual aspect of the Torah, of faith. It wasn't a physical place. Only when I saw that really there are houses here, streets and flowers and people really talk, and only then I realized that I was talking in the air, in between the clouds. Yeah, Israel, Jerusalem, Yerushalayim. And he said I wasn't connected to reality. Jerusalem is a city, is a place. It's on the globe. There are houses here, people lives here, real people lives here, real houses, real backyards and gardens and front lawns and roads and highways and when you think that you hold something, you talk about charity, we can talk about faith. Oh, faith. You see all of those sick, crazy Breslevers that are just, yeah, Rabbeinu, 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 Likutei Moharan, yeah, hitbodedut. Do you do 1 hour hitbodedut? Oh no, 1 hour. Rabbeinu was talking about hitbodedut. Hitbodedut is not a concept in Likutei Moharan. Hitbodedut, it's to kick yourself out of the house for 1 hour every day and to talk to Hashem Yitbarach and to confess and to do Teshuvah. Hitbodedut is not a concept, it's something higher than anything else. No, hitbodedut is to go and to look at yourself in the mirror and to say to yourself, you're a disgrace. You need to start doing hitbodedut. What are you doing with your life? That's hitbodedut. Hitbodedut, it's not a line in Likutei Moharan. To do Teshuvah. Like I said when I was in the US, if the rabbi will say everyone needs to do Teshuvah, how many people from the audience are going to go and do Teshuvah? 0. 100 people going to change their life, going to benefit their life. None of them going to do Teshuvah. The Rav going to say, hey, everyone needs to go and do Teshuvah. One person going to say, yes, I must wake up earlier in the morning. The second one going to say, hey, I forgot to put my Rabbeinu Tam. I have to put my Rabbeinu Tam. Third one going to say, you know what, I'm going to start giving my Meiser money again. Everyone going to do something. But the Rabbi was not talking not about your Meiser, not about Rabbeinu Tam, and not waking up early in the morning. The Rabbi said we all need to do Teshuvah. Teshuvah is a different mitzvah. Rabbeinu Tam is great. Waking up in the morning is wonderful. Giving charity, it's great. Everything is wonderful. When someone tells you need to do Teshuvah, you need to go and do Teshuvah. To do Teshuvah, it's not to wake up early in the morning. To do Teshuvah, it's to go and to explain to Hashem Yitbarach that you messed up. To tell him today, this morning, I was looking at women. It wasn't appropriate. I'm sorry, I'm doing Teshuvah. Hashem Yitbarach, today I was eating without saying brachot. Hashem Yitbarach, this morning I didn't wash my hands. I don't remember even where's the natla anymore. I'm sorry. That's to do Teshuvah. And to ask from Hashem Yitbarach for help. Please Hashem, help me guard my eyes. Please Hashem, help me not to eat without blessing. Where's my natla, Ribono Shel Olam? I'm going to go and buy another natla. Another cup. If you don't do that, you haven't done Teshuvah. And when the verse is saying that Am Yisrael cannot be redeemed in no other way except of Teshuvah, it means that no matter how many thousands of hours of Torah we're going to learn, we're not going to be redeemed. No matter how many Rabbeinu Tam you're going to put, it's not going to help you to be redeemed, to bring salvation to the world. Salvation depends in Teshuvah. Hashem Yitbarach is saying, it's month of Elul, Ribono Shel Olam, Shuvu elai v'ashuva elechem, come back to me and I'm going to come back to you. What do it means come back? Where? What to do? How you come back? What we should do? You should do Teshuvah. Shuvu elai. You need to come back to me means to do Teshuvah. To do Teshuvah, it's not to wake up to Slichot. To do Teshuvah, it's not to wake up early and to sing in the middle of the night in the Sfaradik Batei Knesiot. It's not to do Teshuvah. You can go because you like the music. A lot of secular people can sit and learn Gemara in Shabbat and smoking cigarettes during Shabbat noon. So what? Goyim can do that. They can smoke and eat ham. I don't know what. Hamsters. and to learn Gemara. Who cares? It's nonsense. It's nonsense. It doesn't bring them closer to the Creator. Only if your heart is aimed to the purpose. If you learn Torah with Yirat Shamayim. Every day when you learn Torah, you need to feel like now you received the Torah in Mount Sinai. Like now God handed you the Torah, gave you the Torah. Now in there you need to hear the thunders, to see the lightnings, to see the voices. When you learn Torah, that's how you need to learn Torah. To know that Hashem is teaching me Torah now. No, Likutei Moharan, amazing book, Likutei Moharan. It's a shortcut to hell. It's not shortcut really to Hashem to learn like that. It's better that the first of all, the person going to work on Yizirat Shamayim, fear from heaven. What am I asking you to do? That you're going to believe in me. Because you cannot see me and stay alive if you're not terrified. Not terrified means afraid. You're just shaking from the fact that God is with you. You feel the presence of Hashem. When you talk to the righteous man, when you open the Likutei Moharan, it's not something simple. When you go to the Zion of Rabbi Nachman of Breslev, you go to the mikveh, you see people talking. Today in mikveh, I saw people talking and talking and talking. The mikveh, it's like, go to the public swimming pool. It's better for you, for your own good, it's better. You're disgracing yourself, you're disgracing the mikveh, you're disgracing the words of Torah that you're saying, you're disgracing Hashem Yitbarach, chatting and talking, and everyone is waiting that his friend gonna shut up finally, that he will be able to express himself and to talk. What are you doing? You're not even talking Divrei Torah. You just wait that you see his thoughts. He hates the fact that his friend is talking now because he wants to reveal himself, like Esav. Like Rabbeinu is writing on Esav. Instead, you want me to judge them favorably? Okay, tomorrow I'm going to try. We're doing Teshuvah. It's the month of Elul. I'm going to do Teshuvah with you. Yes, we need to do Teshuvah. People are just trying to learn Torah. What do you want from them? They don't have time. Finally, they found their friends in the mikveh. Now they can talk a little bit quiet. No one is bothering them. Steamy mikveh. What do you want? It's nice, learning Torah. Hashem Yitbarach, He wants the heart. He really wants the heart. He wants us always to look, what do you want from me, Hashem? And to be ready to do Teshuvah. Now, I still don't know what the truth in this situation, let's say. I'm doing Teshuvah with you. Now, I have two opinions. I have two things. From one side, I believe that a person needs to be as strong as he can be. From the other side, I'm looking at it, I'm saying, what do you want? Let the people talk. Let the people try to come closer to Hashem. People are talking. But you need to know, it all depends in the heart. Really, the real answer is that it depends where were they when they were talking Torah over there in the mikveh. If really their intention is really to do Hashem's will and to do something good with themselves, so okay, so maybe there is something good in that. But if people just taking everything that they have and just trying to satisfy themselves and enjoying on the account of the Torah and just spending time talking Torah, that's not the right way. On that, Hashem Yitbarach is saying, Mi bikesh zot miyadchem ramos chatzerai. Who asked you to come and destroy my yard, my territory, my field, my house? We need to understand that really to come to Hashem Yitbarach, you see that people are suffering. You see that people are going through hell. And any surim belo avon, if you suffer, it's because of a certain sin. If you sinned, if you made something wrong, so this is why you suffer. So if you see that you suffer in your life, it means that you need to do Teshuvah. It means that you need to come back to Hashem. And you see that you learn Torah and still you suffer. And you see that you do hitbodedut and you still suffer. And you see that you sit and talk to your wife and you still suffer. And you try to behave and you still suffer. So something is missing here. What is missing here? The inner connection. The inner connection. Really to plug it into the electricity. Really that your soul going to be a flame of fire. That when you talk, you're going to have a purpose to that talk. Not just talking because it's satisfying you. Because it's a very enjoyable talking Torah. No. because I really want to talk to Hashem. And then when you're going to talk and suddenly you're going to feel that it's inappropriate, that it's not right, you're going to stop. You're going to do teshuvah. Because the desire is not to talk, the desire is not to say, the desire is to look for the will of Hashem. So when you're going to find out that you're wrong, you're going to feel it. When a person, he's got a purpose in his life, and he's not for, I want to complete my teshuvah, I want to learn all of the Torah, I want to fix everything no, I want to do what Hashem wants me to do. And then suddenly you can complete your teshuvah in 2 days, instead of that it's going to take you 20 years. On regular, if you're going to do teshuvah every day, so you need to remind yourself every day of your life and to do teshuvah, but if your purpose is higher than that, you can achieve things without being so obligated to go through all of the process of being so medakdek with every detailed teshuvah and to do teshuvah on this and on that. No! One day you can cry to Hashem Yitbarach, Ibn Shalom, that's it, I don't have the power anymore, please help me to complete my teshuvah. And those tears are going to open the way for you and going to jump you so many levels forward that years of regular teshuvah wouldn't bring you to that high level. In the place that Baalei Teshuvah are standing, even righteous people cannot stand. How can it be? Righteous people served Hashem every day of their lives. They never sinned. For sure they progressed and they achieved so much. The distance that they achieved is so huge, so much. How can it be that a Baal Teshuvah, that half of his life he was sinning, and suddenly because of his tears, because of his sorrow, because of his broken heart, because of that humiliation that he's going through. And that humility that you see, that you're not even able to read the Torah, that you sit in front of a page of Gemara, and you don't understand the words of, it's my nation, it's my book, it's my rabbis, and I don't understand the word. That humiliation, if you're really going to do teshuvah on the fact that you came from such far distance, can bring you so closer to them that without memorizing all of the verses, without knowing all of the sugiyot, you're just going to be one of them. You're just going to be with them together. They're going to have so much love to you, because you appreciate them so much, and you have so much honor, and you're so humble that they don't have no problem with you. And the people that are saying every day their verses and memorizing their words and saying on them it can be written ne'etarot neshikot soneh, that they cannot stand the kiss of that person. Why? Because when he's mentioning their names and saying their mimrot from the Torah, their words, their sentences, he's saying that with arrogance. So every time that he's mentioning their name, he's causing them sorrow. So it can be that you're satisfying them and respecting them without learning their Torah even, without being able even to learn their Torah, and your heart is wishing and desiring to follow the advice of Chachamim so much that you're one of them already. That there is no separation between you. And it's only because of your humility. Because when you're humble, so you're not claiming anything for yourself, and just humbling yourself to a place that is beyond the place. That is beyond time, that is beyond size and measures. And this is something that every person can reach. The verse is saying, Noda b'sha'arim ba'ala, that you can know the husband, means Hashem Yitbarach, the Creator Himself, in the gates. Noda b'sha'arim ba'ala, He's famous in the gates, means He's a famous one. So, the Rabotenu, the Chachamim, the wise people, they learned from it, Kefuma dimshayer belibe. How you gonna know him? Everyone knows him corresponding to how that he assumes in his own heart. Means how you gonna know how great Hashem is, in what it depends, in how much you're trying to in your own heart. If let's say you're afraid to count on Hashem Yitbarach when it comes to money, you say no, that's my limit. I need to know that I'm making this and that, and I'm sorry, I'm not in that level. So you will never going to reach that level, because you're not opening yourself to that. When you say no, look, accept of money, I'm sorry, yes, Shabbat, yes, Kashrut, yes, everything, yes, money, accept of that. I'm not counting on Hashem, for that I'm working. So you will never gonna buy the experience of life on that midah of bitachon, of confidence, because you don't let Hashem Yitbarach in. I can understand you. It's gonna be okay. I understand you're afraid, but until you're gonna really try to count on Hashem Yitbarach and to risk yourself somehow and to pray on some subjects, you will never gonna see Him. You will never gonna have the ability to experience Hashem Yitbarach in those levels. So, if two people are standing in the same situation, exactly the same situation, and one is throwing himself to the sea, he's throwing himself from the cliff, he is not afraid, he's saying to Hashem Yitbarach, so what? And now what can happen to me? I'm gonna die? Okay, I'm dying for you, Hashem. And the other one gonna say, no, look, Hashem for sure, He wants hishtadlut, a concept that I haven't seen in our book. Maybe one of you can lend me that book of hishtadlut. There is no book. The book of hishtadlus. I never read that book. I don't know what it means. But people are always trying to, no, you need to do your hishtadlut, you need to try, you need to make. So you will never gonna understand how kind Hashem is, and how much Hashem is easy and happy to supply, and how much Hashem wants to give you even more than you asked, because you're not trying. So how much you're gonna know Hashem depends on how much you're gonna try to know Hashem. People are afraid to do Teshuvah. People are trying to avoid themselves from the Teshuvah with simple actions like, you know what? Before of Yom Kippur, I'm gonna apologize. You know what? Before of Rosh Hashanah, I'm gonna give some more charity. You know what? So I'm gonna wake up to slichot. And by doing that, they're exempting themselves from the real obligation of coming back to Hashem. And it's because they're afraid to reveal. They're afraid to look. They're afraid to see what really there is inside. But when you're really going to stand in front of yourself, you're going to start talking to yourself and you're going to say, I really messed up. Why am I trying to avoid that? Why am I trying all the time to justify myself and to find easy ways out instead of dealing with the mess that I made? And then you can really go and do Teshuvah, then you can really go and apologize, and then it's going to work. Then it's going to affect your life. Then when you're really going to confess to Hashem, when you're really going to come back to Hashem, then your Teshuvah going to be heard. Then people that you apologize to them, they were really going to be able to accept your forgiveness and to forgive you and to accept you. But before that you really complete your Teshuvah, the gates are going to stay locked. Okay, so you learned few more pages of Gemara in your cell. Okay, so you made few more hours of hitbodedut in your exile. Great, so you have more money in your bank account. When you don't use the money, when you don't receive the purity of the Teshuvah, when you're not being rewarded on what that you do in this world, so who cares about your accounts in heaven? Who cares how righteous you're going to be called? You're still desiring honor in the world to come. It's such sickness. Person wants that when he going to come to the world to come. It's such a sick world. People are doing things because they want to be righteous in the world to come. Why won't you be righteous in this world? No, I want in the world to come, to have. People need you today. Your wife, she needs you today. Your children, they need you today. Your friends, they need you today. Your students, they need you today. Who cares what's going to happen in the world to come? Who promised you that you're going to have a world to come? How many people thought that that's it? They're going to receive the face of Hashem on a silver plate. Crazy. I don't know. I know that I'm following my inner voice that is guiding me from inside to be honest and to admit on my mistakes and to apologize when I feel that I'm wrong and to try to give myself and to give from myself and to help as much as I can. And I see that people are saying to me that this is what they're receiving from me. When people or my students are emailing us and talking to me and they're saying, You gave me the power to be honest. You gave me the power to believe in myself. You're saying the things that I'm thinking about. You're giving me the ability to express my truth, to be who that I am. So you see results from what that you do. But if I wouldn't do that on my own, if I wouldn't fight with my insultings, with my shames, with my disgrace, if I wouldn't be that person that will be ready to accept the rebukes and the shames and to deal with them and to apologize on my mistakes, I wouldn't be able to teach it to others and to hand it to other people. The only reason that I'm able to say it, it's not because it's written in Likutei Moharan. You see how much I'm reading from the Likutei Moharan in every class. The reason that it's entering to the hearts of the students, it's only because that I really took it out from my heart. So if you want also to achieve those things, if you also want to have an effect, a positive effect, and to be able to change your life and your friends and to help people around the world, so it starts in front of the mirror. It starts alone, in the field, at night, in the quiet time, when you're alone. Just to deal with reality. Not to try all of the time to justify yourself and to fulfill your obligation to be a Breslever. I'm going to Uman. So what? Also the gangsters from the Ukrainian mafia are going to Uman. So what? What's going to make your Rosh Hashanah different than another person? What's going to change your Yom Kippur from another person? What's going to change your hitbodedut than another person's hitbodedut? Korach was doing hitbodedut also, and also Moshe. What's the difference between them? The attitude, the will, the desire inside of their hearts. What they really wanted to achieve from that 1 hour. That their truth going to be revealed in the world, that their success going to be revealed in the world, or that Hashem's success and Hashem's will going. Moshe Rabbeinu was able to say, hey look, I'm not here, as you wish, whatever you want. And Korach was demanding and asking and taking in force. You can do 1 hour of Teshuvah because you want to get rid of your troubles, and you can do 1 hour of Teshuvah because you really want to fix, really not to upset no one, really not to, it's bothering you that person been hurt by you, and because of that you want to do Teshuvah, and not just because that no, it's Elul. Who cares about Elul? What's Elul? Like we said, Elul, it's not a concept. Jerusalem, it's not a concept in the verses. Elul, it's not a concept in your Avodat Hashem. Elul is that you're going to bang your head to the wall and start doing Teshuvah. That you're not going to be the same person that you were in Av. That you're going to start taking yourself seriously and start fixing and taking responsibility on your life. See you tomorrow.